There was a goddess atop Olympus, unlike any other. She did not possess the mesmerizing beauty of Aphrodite, nor the explosive emotions of Ares, nor the jealous fury of Hera. Instead, she had a cold, sharp intellect, as keen as a sword forged 1,000 times, a goddess who needed no love, bound by no desire, and unconcerned with emotions, yet one who commanded respect and fear from both gods and mortals alike. She was Athena, the goddess of wisdom, justice in war, and absolute reason. It is said that Athena was not born like other gods. She had no mother, no womb, and never received the first warm embrace of a gentle goddess. She sprang from the very head of Zeus, the most powerful god in the universe. In a pain so intense, it shook the heavens and earth. Zeus screamed. Then, with a single blow of an axe to his skull, Athena burst forth, fully armored, holding a spear, wearing a warrior's helmet, her eyes not burning with fire, but with the entire sky of reason. From that moment on, she did not belong to the world of emotions. She belonged to strategy, clarity, calculation, and cold justice. Athena was the goddess of tough decisions, of wars not for destruction, but for righteousness, in moments of fateful crossroads, where people were torn between reason and emotion, between justice and hatred. It was Athena who whispered in their ears, with a voice soft but powerful enough to alter the course of their lives. But behind that brilliance of intellect, what lay beneath? Absolute justice or unyielding punishment, a guiding light or a form of power that even the gods themselves feared. Athena was not merely a goddess. She was a symbol, a mystery, a warning that, when intellect becomes a weapon, it can be more terrifying than any blade. The origin and lineage of Athena in the chaotic world of the Greek gods, where stories of love, hatred, and betrayal never cease. Athena, strangely, did not emerge from a world of affection. She had no mother and did not spring from a womb like countless other beings. She was born from pain and was the product of a divine decision, born of fear. It is told that Zeus, the supreme god, once fell in love with the goddess Metis, the goddess of wisdom and deep thought, but a dark prophecy echoed. The child Metis bore would surpass even Zeus, overthrowing him with her intellect. Zeus was afraid. In a moment of decisive panic, he swallowed Metis, hoping to destroy this dangerous seed forever. But he was wrong. Intellect is not so easily destroyed. Metis, within Zeus, still remained, silently, quietly, gestating a special being, without a body, without a soft heart, only sharp thinking and indomitable spirit. One day, Zeus collapsed, clutching his head, writhing in pain that no words could describe. The gods were in panic, and when no one could help, Hephaestus, the blacksmith god with strong hands, struck Zeus's head with an axe. From that cracking head, Athena emerged, not as a helpless infant, but as a fully grown goddess, majestic, armored, her eyes sharp as the stars, holding a gleaming spear and the Aegis shield, the symbol of unyielding power. In that moment, the sky was silent. Olympus stopped moving. A being who did not need a mother, who possessed no gentle feminine nature, nor was bound by brute masculine strength, stood, towering between two worlds, war and wisdom, and Zeus, instead of fearing her, raised his head in pride. He did not see a threat, but an ally, not a daughter, but a part of himself, the part of reason and justice he had denied. When he swallowed Metis, from then on, Athena became one of the most revered gods atop Olympus. She needed no love from the other gods. She needed no power gained through scheming. She stood firm with intellect and virtue, becoming the symbol of justice, strategy, and civilization. The rare light in a world of gods filled with chaos and desire. Perhaps the way she was born foretold her special fate. Athena did not come from love. She was created from fear, sacrifice, and the explosion of intellect. The tragic and spiny legends. Though revered as the goddess of wisdom, Athena was never merely a silent scholar atop Olympus. Her wisdom did not hide in books or lecture halls. It manifested through fierce confrontations, sharp judgments like blades, and tragedies that made both mortals and gods bow their heads. The fateful confrontation between Athena and Poseidon over the name of a city. Perhaps no one forgets the famous dispute between Athena and Poseidon, two supreme gods, each wanting to name a prosperous new city built by human hands after themselves. Poseidon, the god of the sea, representing the brute force of nature, was the first to act. He struck the earth with his trident, and from the rock, a salty spring erupted, a gift symbolizing the ocean, but one that could neither be drunk nor used for farming. Then it was Athena's turn. She gently planted an olive tree seed in the dry soil. From it grew an ancient tree, strong, green, casting cool shade. The olives fed the villagers. Its wood built homes, and its oil lit the nights. Not just a gift. It was a symbol of peace, sustainability, and civilization. The people chose Athena. The city was named after her, Athens, and it became a symbol of prosperity and wisdom. But that decision did not come without consequences. Poseidon, humiliated, held a grudge. From then on, the seas around Athens frequently raged, and the enmity between the sea god and the goddess of wisdom lasted for centuries. Athena had won, but she also touched the wrath of one of the most fearsome gods on Olympus. That was the price of standing with reason. Not everyone is willing to pay it. Arachne, the arrogant one who challenged divine wisdom. In the world of humans, there was a girl named Arachne, a talented weaver. Her hands moved like wind, and each thread seemed to weave poetry. But talent, if not accompanied by humility, soon turns into arrogance. Arachne not only boasted about her skill, but also declared that she was better than Athena, the goddess who protected the art of weaving. Such a challenge did not go unheard by the gods. Athena, disguised as an old woman, came to test the girl. When she saw that Arachne was unrepentant, the goddess revealed her true form and accepted the challenge. The two looms rang out together. Athena wove a tapestry honoring the gods, emphasizing order and respect. Arachne, in contrast, wove tales, exposing the mistakes, betrayal, and shame of the gods. When they finished, Athena could not fault Arachne's skill, but she was enraged by the insult to Olympus. In a fit of proud rage, Athena tore the tapestry apart, cursing Arachne to become a creature, forever spinning webs. The first spider. This story has been passed down through the ages as a reminder, intellect is not to be flaunted, and that Athena, though the embodiment of reason, also carried an unshakable pride. To offend intellect was a sin that could not be forgiven. Medusa. When justice becomes a nightmare, Medusa. A name that sends chills down your spine. But few remember that before becoming the snake-haired monster, Medusa was a beautiful priestess, devoted to the temple of Athena. She was the embodiment of purity and holiness, until the day Poseidon appeared. In a frenzy of lust, the sea god raped Medusa, right within the sacred temple of Athena, a place of absolute sanctity, an obvious crime, an act of divine sacrilege. But when a god commits the offense. Who is the one who bears the punishment? Not Poseidon. It was Medusa, Athena. No tears, no fury. She transformed Medusa into a hideous creature. Her hair turned to snakes, and her gaze petrified anyone who met it. A cold, controversial decision. But for Athena, the desecration of the temple's purity could not be forgiven. No matter who the victim was, she did not protect feelings, but upheld principles. She did not punish with compassion, but with absolute justice. Medusa's tragedy is a testament to the dark side of wisdom. When reason leaves no room for compassion, and the law becomes more ruthless than the monsters it creates. Yet later, Athena helped Perseus, the Greek hero, slay Medusa with a reflective shield. Could it be that she wanted to end the nightmare she had created? Medusa died, and her head became a weapon, affixed to Athena's shield, as a symbol of deterrence. Do not challenge the gods. Do not cross the boundaries. Reason sets Athena and the heroes, guiding in the shadows. Athena was not a goddess of compassion, but she always stood by true heroes, those who not only possessed strength, but also intellect. Without Athena, ancient Greece might not have had its great legends. With Perseus, Athena gave him the reflective shield to kill Medusa. With Odysseus, she was the guiding light during his journey home from the Trojan War. Clever, strategic, and resourceful. With Hercules, she kept his sanity during the maddening fits caused by Hera. With Diomedes, she granted him the ability to see the gods on the battlefield, distinguishing right from wrong amidst the chaos of war. No other god supported humans as strategically and subtly as Athena. She didn't grant supernatural power, turn water into wine, or open paths with magic. She taught them to think, analyze, and choose. She didn't fight for them. She taught them how to win. The dark side of wisdom. When justice becomes a double-edged sword. Every story, Athena appears as a goddess who cannot be swayed, unmoved by pleas or tears. She is fair, but not soft-hearted. She is intelligent, but not without pride. Those who challenged her, from mortals to gods, paid the price. Poseidon lost Athens. Arachne was transformed into a spider. Medusa became a monster. Even those who lied, made mistakes, or disrupted order were punished. But because of this, Athena is not the gentle goddess that people often seek. She is a symbol of a truth that does not compromise. Intellect does not tolerate leniency. Justice leaves no room for emotion. Through the centuries, Athena has become the greatest symbol of the power of reason, strategy, and beauty that comes from intelligence, not the body. But at the same time, she is also a warning. When intellect surpasses compassion, it can make one cold, rigid, and sometimes more terrifying than war itself. The terrifying character and invisible power of Athena. In the ever-changing world of mythology, where gods continuously battle, love, and betray one another, Athena stands out not only for her intellect, but for something that even the most powerful gods must fear. She cannot be predicted. Unlike Ares, the violent god of war, always enraged and bloodthirsty, Athena is the warrior of reason. She doesn't act unless necessary, doesn't fight without a plan, but when she does act, every step she takes is chillingly precise, as if calculated hundreds of years in advance. No strike is wasted. No word is meaningless. She does not need brute force to exert influence, for Athena's power lies in her control over thought. When a city wants to go to war, they consult Athena. When a king is torn between right and wrong, he prays to her. When a hero seeks to overcome death, he needs the wisdom that only Athena can provide. She doesn't need to be present everywhere. Her thoughts have seeped into every mind, every decision. Like a silent ghost behind every major change in human history. Athena, a goddess without love, family, or ties, one thing that makes Athena unique, even terrifying, is her refusal of love. Unlike Aphrodite, who is seductive, Hera, who is jealous, or Artemis, who retreats into nature, Athena does not need anyone to feel complete. She has never loved a man. She has no children. There is no tragic love story passed down. It is said, a goddess without love has no weakness. And indeed, Athena has no Achilles heel. She does not divide her heart between reason and emotion, nor is she bound by family, blood, or pity. This makes her both revered and feared. She appears when order wavers, and vanishes when justice is restored. Athena does not show off. She doesn't throw feasts like Dionysus, create storms like Zeus, or summon waves like Poseidon. She only appears when needed, when the world faces a life or death crossroads, when humanity is lost, and every time she does not save with magic, but with advice, a plan, a strategy, not loud, not glorious, but disturbingly effective. Athena, goddess of an ideal world, but not everyone can live in it. If you believe in absolute justice, in order, and in wisdom, guiding actions, you will love Athena. But if you are a dreamer, easily moved, living more for emotions than intellect, perhaps Athena will make you feel lost and afraid. For in the world she creates, there is no room for hesitation, no grey area between right and wrong, no forgiving embraces, only clarity, discipline, and results. The great legacy of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and justice, remains an irreplaceable symbol throughout history. Even after thousands of years, she is not just a protector of Athens, but also a symbol of intellect, knowledge, and triumph through wisdom. While other gods are remembered for flaunting power or tragic love stories, Athena is an embodiment of quiet, cold, and strategic brilliance. Her legacy is not just remembered through victories on the battlefield, but through wise decisions, fair judgments, and above all, a belief in the power of intellect. Athena teaches humanity that in every battle, whether physical or mental, intellect is the sharpest and most enduring weapon. Justice does not come from grandeur, but from clarity and a keen insight into the nature of things. Today, although there are no more temples or worship rituals, Athena lives on in all of us. Every time we seek the truth, justice, or simply think carefully before making a decision, she is there, in the minds and hearts of humanity, as an endless source of inspiration. And Athena teaches us that wisdom is the greatest power of all. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you found the video helpful and interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Wishing you a wonderful day, and see you in the next video.